So, okay, I can connect. Sorry. Okay. So let's not forget those things. Number one, if you're using TradingView, I'm sure it just less 18 hours. Just less 18 hours. And you have 18 hours, about 40 to 60%, okay? Those of you who are using TradingView, it's free if you are not a core trader, all right? Or you are not a pro trader, you do not need to subscribe for it. But I just let us to know that if you're a core trader on your way, maybe by 2023, you really want to align yourself properly to be making use of certain tools properly, there's an avenue for you. The Black Friday started about 3 days or 4 days ago. And so that means you do not need to be a premium member, but you can just be a pro member. So that means you can just pay $108 if you want to. Those of us who have been using the TradingView, especially those of you who are passed through Plan B, maybe basic, and then even on hybrid trading, it's useful for you though, but it's a choice. So you do not need to go for maybe pro, where you pay $179. You can just use basic and you're okay. However, you can use the free. The free means you can only use 3 indicators at the same time. So in a place where you want to do complex comparisons, and then you may not, but for a beginner, you don't use more than 2, 3 indicators together at the same time. So, but other things you want to like add up some other charts, and then you want to get that. That's number one. Number two, I quickly have to scroll through that. So number two, we have promo on Evergreen FFS. It's equally Black Friday. So Evergreen FFS Black Friday, 25% of the access fee, 25%. I mean, some of you are, oh, I wish I have money. And then now you can just use $150, and that have started since 12 a.m. today. And we go through Monday by 11:59 p.m. So crossing to Tuesday. So you have a window of opportunity. Pardon? Okay, so 25% off. You can subscribe $150 for Evergreen FFS. Now, for all Plan B subscription, maybe Build with Me, private mentorship, or basic, or any of those academy you want to subscribe for, you have 30% Black Friday. This will start 12 a.m. today, and then we'll end 11:59 p.m. next Friday. Okay, so just see all of those things. It's your choice, and so no one's going to coerce you to it. Now, this grand finale, I'm going to be very, very raw, of course. I've seen a lot of people, when you tell them about cryptocurrency or survey I made over this week, I made some survey over this week. I discovered people love to make money, but they don't pay attention to build wealth. People love to make money, but nobody pays much attention to build wealth. And that's why the crypto, the forex market, we keep biting them. And as if it's not working. It's actually working because you're just looking for making money, and then you will lack attention to build wealth. Example, when projects are mentioned, because you are not building wealth, you see that it's not significant, it's not relevant for you. Yeah. I will cite an example. There was a person who came around sometime and he was under pressure and he really wanted to make a lot of money because he took, I don't know how much loan he took, and he wants to make money. And it took about, I think, 5 million naira to start business in crypto. Now, good or fine, when some coins are mentioned for him to just buy and keep, he felt that those ones are going to tie the money he borrowed down. Do you get it? Now, for him, no, it's not going to work. I will not be able to put my money here because my money will be tied down here. After all, it was a borrowed fund. Now, unfortunately for him, those were actually the projects that would have helped him out at once. And so he kept looking for, some of those ones that will bring money. But eventually, some of those projects were not building wealth. And all of a sudden, the 5 million naira, he couldn't get it. And then he went back again, paying that loan under pressure. So you will be tempted, even when it's your personal money, and you come into the crypto space, and your target is to make money. I can tell you, you will not get the money. Because pressure is going to press you out, and you will ignore things that ought to have blessed and help you to come out, of possibly the pressure you ought to be. And such person will not, as a matter of fact, and I'll say it, will not pay attention to projects. A typical example was this. In 2019, we have a group of people that came into Plan B. And they were in numbers. There were a group of 8 people from Lagos. And it took about 3 or 4 years before we now met. I think we met last year for the first time. So they came in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 4 years before we met in Lagos. There were 8 of them as a group. And what happened? They came in and really want to leverage on the crypto space, and we talked at length. And they got started. But over the time, some of them got distracted. Of course, you should know. Because what's your mission? We actually propel, or another person's mission will propel you. And so they got started. But unfortunately, what we're paying attention to, some of them were didn't pay attention. So remaining 2 of them who were doing as if they were not following. And then they have to call that it's as if we're not getting this thing right. I say you're actually getting it right. Why? They were measuring it that they were not getting the result like others. Be careful, especially when you're in a group. We have noise makers in groups. Does somebody do 100%? The question you first ask, 100% of what? Somebody can do 100% of $50. That's $100. But you'll be chanting. Then somebody would do, 10% of $10,000, and he will not say anything. Those are the confusion we meet, over the time. And then out of the 8 people, the 6 drop out. And then they began to do, shining objects, stuff like that. And of course, at the end of the day, they were laughing at these 2 people that they were not getting it right. And what separated the 2 of them was last year, 2021. So at the bull run, they were lost. Then when they returned back, they couldn't understand the language these 2 people were speaking. There's one of the frustrating things in the platform is this. While you are trying to learn this, another one come. You now struggle to learn this one, another one come. There's tendency that you're going to drop out. You just get fed up, say, man, I'm not following, let me just leave it. In fact, one of them called me after he exited the group and told me that, sir, I don't understand all this language people are speaking here. The better is, let me stay outside. And I'm not a very good person, I said, okay, well done, that's a good decision you have made. Now, he left. But when the testimony of these people start coming around, he came back saying, how do I do? I said, start from where you start. The truth of the matter is that at that point, I cannot go back to where she stopped. I'm saying this with all sincerity. In the next bull run, many of you thought bull run was going to be 2022, bull run 2023. You may be disappointed. That's why I have to highlight the next bull run strategy. And where is the bottom? How high will the next bull run go? You may be disappointed that the next bull run you thought may come 2023 will not come. You may be disappointed that bull run that you thought will come 2024 may not come. It may take up to 2025. And you may be disappointed that you thought the all-time high that's going to be in 2025 may not be as high as 2021 that will happen. Why? There are a lot of interests in play. But the point there is that what have you learned in this past bull run? Did you get any lesson at all? And what have you put in place to attack the next bull run? Yeah, you have messed up the previous bull run. You can't do anything about it. It's gone, it's gone. Yes, nothing you can do about it. Now, fine, many of us have told us that the bottom was not yet in, as at time was it 20-something thousand. Why? What is the first sign of bottom? When even people claim to be expert become to be confused. When you meet people who say it's a crypto guru and you say, how is the market? Say, bros, man, I think finally Bitcoin is dead. Then you now know that the bottom is setting it gradually. When you begin to come to plan B and then you see only two people inside the hall, you know that the bottom is actually coming in gradually. All right? When you begin to see even people who call themselves tough guy in plan B, now begin to think of, I think it's high time I take another job. Then you know that the bottom is setting in gradually. Why? Bottom is a time of confusion. It's a time where the men, how the mighty are actually falling. I remember in 2018, the bottom of 2018, I was in Enugu, and then when somebody even calculated to me, Honorable Grammatic, he said, oh, guy, you are always negative. I don't understand why you're always negative. He said, market is at, they say it's 9,000 is the bottom. And you are saying it's 4,000. He said, oh, God, which kind of wickedness is this? I said, it doesn't matter. If it didn't come to 4,000, you have no issue. You take your money and buy all that in 2 years. He said, when it came to $6,000, I said, they say finally the bottom is in. I said, but some people are still YouTubing things and say, wow, the market, the crypto is sweet. I said, no, people should start singing bad songs. It is until when people start singing bad songs, then you know that the bottom is setting in. He said, which other bad song are we going to sing? We're already in deeper life. Until crypto flashed down to 3,000 plus, even 2,900 or something. And people ran away. So at this point, after we said 17,000 plus was like a tentative bottom. But that was not like a final bottom. Why? And we're waiting for, let's see when the real bottom will come. And we said, the moment the price break that 17,000, then that means the next strong goal is 14 and 13.5. But I have some prices I said at 12.5, some at 9,000, some at 4,000. There's no fight. If you didn't get to 4,000, I'll collect my USDT and face other things. Very simple. If we check some trade our place was since last year at 12.5, when price of Bitcoin was 65,000. And we did say this. In fact, if we recover from 48,400, that means we may have a kind of triple top. But the guy said, forget it, it will never happen. So why do I bring all of this? The market seems to be dilapidating. We have not seen anything. We need to see that government to themselves will come with so many food, right? That even you, including Felix, is talking. You should ask me what was my experience in the first bull run and the bear market. I piece for pounds now. So if anyone tells you that there was no time that I didn't piece for pound, at a point I became confused. Oh boy, you sure say no day here? Okay. All that, we die here. We get it. And that was reasons when, okay, people say, the market has finally, collapsed. Okay, no problem. But one of my mentors told me, Felix, if Bitcoin go to zero, go with it. That's what he told me. So that's the only thing. So after all, stock went to zero and all my money is going to say for crypto, Bitcoin go to zero, stay with it at zero. That's okay. I don't need any other basic confirmation. So I was already dead now, so there's no point. If you are singing obituary, congratulations, because that's what you're supposed to sing. It shouldn't be a surprising thing to me. Okay, now quickly let me show you something. Now, what's your strategy? It's very important. What are you doing now? You have missed it, no problem. I remember sometime, I think it was Mr. Beastie I was talking to, and then I said, even on plan B, I said, if you are buying car at this point, it shows that you lack the knowledge of crypto. And Bitcoin at that time was still around $30-something thousand and all of that. If you are buying cars, if you are building houses at this point, it means you lack the knowledge. Because the opportunity to buy the dip is coming. At this point, you're supposed to be accumulating some USDT and then see how you can wait for the guy and start picking it as it goes. But one thing we should be cautioned about, there's nobody that can predict the last bottom. You can always envisage the range of the bottom. And that's why I always tell people, TCA, dollar cost average. Don't say until the market comes to this last point before I will buy. You can now see, I have prices at 13.5, yeah, 12.5, 10,000, and all of that. The question may ask me, Felix, what if you don't come there? There will always be other point that we use in meeting up. Okay, now let me quickly show you something that will may help us to do some things. Okay, so I told a lot of us, now the bottom was not in yet. What? There are so many things that we see, possibly, some of those indicators. Now, when am I likely to see the bottom? And that's why I told you that one of the strongest bottom is actually at 14,000 plus or thereabout. Now, or possibly 11,000. Then if we go banana, we'll be touched down to as low as $1,000. Now, don't say it's not possible. Anything is very possible. Maybe a week. That's why I don't wait until that time. I just allow myself to set my price. After all, they chop money, they chop food. The worst will happen is that you didn't buy for me, give me my money. Is that not true? Now, you can imagine the patient you engulf since last year, waiting for the bottom. The bottom of 2022 or 2022, 2023 is actually similar to the bottom of 2013. Now, this indicator, until we start seeing this guy, we are still going to print more of this guy. I will start seeing the bottom setting it properly when this guy stops printing this column. There are many more to it, okay? It just to show you a peripherals. Now, until this guy stops printing, then we start having a headwind. Until this guy stops printing, we start having a headwind. Some people saw that, okay, this is 2018 pattern. I said, no, this is 2013 pattern. If it was 2018, by now, at 17,000, what will have been up? Now, you are going to have a kind of long sideways move eventually, which may cause across this year and even 2023 entirely. And so, if that happens, where are you going to? So you can now see that when people are shouting, the market finally has bottomed out and all of that can start buying. Yes, fine. There's nothing bad in you to have started buying now. But when there's a little move up, then you can buy, you can sell. Like what we did, which other day we're talking about, we say buy some BTC within this range. And you can sell probably if you get to 17,000. And then you can still scalp. That means you are scalping. I don't scalp. I don't have that time. There's no energy for that. If I must scalp, 3Commas will be doing my scalp. I can't remember when I log into my 3Commas mode. And I have some trade I've sent since last year on 3Commas. Why? Is typically accumulating both USDT and favorite coin for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying this. I'm not being categorical, but it's just to tell you that if you are melting now, you better look for ice water so that your eyes can strong, because BTC will still hit you. To still hit you, to hit down, so just possibly within these red lines, and then begin to draw something like this. So eventually, when you start seeing this printing, then we are gradually out, as gradually moving as much as possible. Now, why we told you that if you want to build well, you have to look at long-term view. Most people are looking for the short term. That's when you have to make money. And if you want to make money too, you should be ready for the trauma, because you can see a lot of trauma. And you thought that those guys who want to get the long-term aspect of it are going to leave you to do. Most time, most of us who scalp, what to do to the market is you make liquidity available. That is why active people give money to the passive and patient. At a given point in time, these people begin to get more of those other tokens to add up to more of their Bitcoin holdings. They are jealous about it. That's why they can stake it. They can be moving their Bitcoin around like a monument, and then still collect your own sardines and the crayfish and add to their own. Use that one to drink pepper soup and red wine. And then when you come back. So please be strategic and very, very serious about this thing. By now, you have missed the previous bull run. You messed up big time. And you are looking at, you do not have a portfolio, but settle down now. And you may ask me, how do I go about it? That's why we have some other things we're going to show to you. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we did a lot of seminars on the Forex and all of that. Somebody was telling me the other day, he said, I can't wait to be making, I can't be waiting on 20% every month when I know how to trade. I said, you know me, I don't know how to trade. So I don't know anything. I'm ololo. And so that's why I said, what to lack is power of leverage. Because one of the logic many of us do not understand, when the bear market was setting in, programs begin to come that make people diversify, like DeFi, like staking, like other things. So they push, maybe there are USDT there, they push so many other things there to leverage on those things, so that when finally the bear market is over, those accumulated volume, they now use it and attack the market back. You can imagine you have stepped aside in the market with your long sum, or your primary, your primary coins are being staked and you are accruing more of the coin. For two ways. It's either you are accruing the money in dollar or you are accumulating the coin in volume. So if you know your target is to accumulate the coin in volume, don't even bother look at the aspect of the price of the coin. But those are some of the mistakes a lot of people make. People are crazy about, check somebody is chatting. Just a moment, please. Give me what is in my face. Sorry. Okay, So if your target is to accumulate more of the coin, like I've been telling people, what are the coins you are supposed to accumulate? Be careful though, but you want to check around fundamental coins like Matic, like BNB, like Ethereum, like Avalanche, and so many other coins like that, that eventually, when the bull run comes, you want to see projects around them and what they want to do, that want to push them up. Then you keep accumulating it. I know somebody who have accumulated only BNB within 5 months doing hybrid swing. Came down to 210, it got some, so that 270 came down again. We were just doing it. And he called me and said, wow, I didn't know that this is as cheap as this. I said, because you have not gotten the code. If you get the code, you know that it's as cheap as them. But it's difficult because the code looks very stupid. That's the truth. Because how many of us will be able to wait some time before you buy a coin to wait for like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Meanwhile, you're a day trader. That's what killed money of us. You're a day trader, and then I was just telling somebody who came to the office at that time, I said, do you know that even in the forest, I've opened a trade and I hold for 3 weeks? He surprised him. He said, how? To him, the trade must be open and closed for that day. Come on. And I saw him another trade. I said, look at it. There's a drawdown on this trade. I have no business with it. I saw those impulse move and the little reversal that you are jumping around. It's not what the people want to make real waves jump around with. Those are the mistakes we make. Okay? So, but let it just be clear to you that I'm just showing you some peripherals. So there are more to it. So don't think what I've just shown you is the all in all. No, that's not all in all. There are more to it. And then you just need to, forgive me for that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so just take note. The bottom is going to be very boring. I think I said it last year that this bear market of this year, of this season, of this cycle will be boring, and it will deal with a lot of it. It was going to deal with a lot because the noise they were making was so much and all of that. And I said, okay, it's going to be elongated. Yeah, we know that. It must be elongated. And manipulation will still set in, bad news, so many things. I've not seen some terrible things now. So I need to see some terrible things. Government will come up, they will do all of it. I told us that I think there was a gazette that was sneaked out that we got 89 pages from UAE gazette report. That thing I've been taken offline. Well, we capture some and then put it somewhere. For you to know the level of interest in the crypto market and so many other things that will happen. Okay, I'm not going to bother you so much around. A word should be enough for a while, so I'm quickly just going to show some other things so that we can move on as fast as possible. So the bottom is not yet properly, though you are in the range. Now your strategy, what are you doing? Next, the full-time portfolio management strategy. Number one, please, I don't know how many of you that have your spreadsheet. You are in crypto, you are in Forex. I don't know how many of you that have your spreadsheet. I wouldn't want to know. But if you do not have spreadsheets, go and have. You don't. So if you don't have, please, it's an error. Go and have your spreadsheet. Don't like say you have a trading book. Go and have your spreadsheet. And what can help you for spreadsheet more? Even when you have your portfolio tracker on CoinMarketCap, on CoinGecko, on some of our portfolio, have a spreadsheet. And categorize your investment in their partitions. Please take note of this. If you are in cryptocurrency, of course, we have said in plan B, what's our focus? 5 years to financial freedom via digital asset accumulation. So if you do not have a spreadsheet, go and have. What do you do with your spreadsheet? Categorize your portfolio structure. Which one is my legacy coin? That's your real portfolio. Every other thing you are doing, you are just trying to take advantage of other places and then build equip your portfolio. That's what we're doing. And those of us who are on with me, I've told you it's an error if you don't have at least minimum of how many legacy coins? 10. It's an error. Minimum of 10 legacy coins. Those coins can be reviewed though, if at the end of the day something happening around them and it's no longer favorable, then that means you move that to get another one. And that was why we didn't just mention only 10, we mentioned more than 20 something, right? So that means you can switch into another one that have, at a point where we started with Matic, Matic was not a legacy coin. It was not. Until it proved itself to be part of it. And it joined the league. And so what does it do? There's nothing stopping you to like, okay, now Matic, since you are joining legacy coin, let's push you. Then I push some of my portfolio, you know, maybe just little money. And then begin to go. At that point, you are expecting your Matic and not the price. That's why you begin to look for where do I take it and where do I push it and all. See, this thing I'm saying, talk is cheap. To implement is difficult. Anybody can tell you I do like this. Talk is cheap. It's very cheap, but to practicalize it is difficult. But if you can enjoy it, it pays. So create a spreadsheet and then partition your primary and legacy coin. Then after your primary and legacy coin, then begin to look at projects you are doing, where you pick money from your primary and legacy coin to buy some of those coins. And then when they boost up eventually, you increase your legacy coin. It's very simple. Now listen, you are a businessman in this space, not a slave to anybody, and not, you know, victim of someone's ideology. A lot of people have come around and they tell me this, that. I say, hey, listen, I don't care what you feel. Felix, I'm a crypto politician. That's why it doesn't move me when you say, what's this thing? What are they doing? I don't know. Me, I use things. I don't depend on it. So if I use it, and eventually what you are complaining about must have been used for something productive for me. True or yes? Let's do an example. Many of us bought into Terra Credit those days, right? Do we have billionaires that emerge from Terra Credit? I'm not talking of Terra Luna. Do we have? We have. What do? They use it. Where is Terra Credit today? Nowhere. That's sad. The boat is sad. Do you understand? And I have a lady who was claiming to be the Ogologo as the overall representative. You know, Nigerians like those titles. Title without entitlement. So they like those things. I told her, hey, madam, relax. All those titles not be what they look for. Which are they look for now? How the paper go rest? All this the way they do not move me, they don't pay me. How will it be converted to Malacca? So if it's not translated to Malacca, it does not make sense. And why? What is my focus? 5 years to financial freedom. As it was coming, okay, you push and push and push, and then balance the equation. When we met later, it was so depressed. Because you know the African rep, you know those titles. Who will help? So I'm just trying to partition this because this thing is going to be helpful for whoever have ears to listen. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now the next thing you're supposed to be doing is hybrid swing trading. If you must trade. Now, I know some people they say, no, I want to scalp, I want to day trade. I've been warning a lot of people. Beginners are not supposed to even scalp. Ordinary beginner, you are not supposed to scalp at all because it's for highly professional people that have enough equity. But unfortunately, most people that come to trading, the first thing they first mention and be jumping around is scalping. Any trainer who exposes you to scalping from the beginning is either a lack of understanding or is a wicked trainer. Real trainer will expose you to things that be able to be more conservative, and eventually when you are growing, you'll be exposed to other things. There is nothing as good as building wealth. You have to be conservative and progressive. If you are not progressive, you won't achieve any wealth building at all. Because there's no point that you made $10,000 last year, or last week, or last month, and now this month you have lost $15,000. Doesn't really make any sense. I've seen a lot of people like that. Don't want to do make this money and all of that. That's why they come during bull run. Because even a non-entity on the road can make profit in bull run. True, yes. Yeah. Any coin can just do mumu waka and then that's all. And then say, hey, I'm a crypto guru, don't worry. We'll now see who's crypto herbalist by the time we enter depression. Go to YouTube now. Those people used to talk plenty. Their talk has reduced very well. Harmattan has cut their amount. So now, your hybrid strategy is very important. Either Forex, either crypto or stock. I know many of us don't trade stock. I trade stock. But my stock trading strategy is a very terrible one that I cannot even expose you to. But at least you have an advantage to leverage on crypto and Forex. Now, with the crypto, there's nothing as good as swinging. I showed us the first day we started on BNB. So many people say, the BNB, are you sure, and all of that? I'm sure sometime in 2 months or 3 months, I may only enter such trade twice. Or even in 3 months, I may enter the trade once. Using the appropriate thing. So, but everybody wants to make money every day. I said, no, what matters is this. If you are making $20 every day, and I can make maybe $1,000 in 3 months. By the time we split that my $1,000 in 3 months, we'll beat that to your $20. And eventually you may not even be consistent in making it. I know many of you, it sounds ambiguous to you when we say $1 per minute. Some of you think it's not possible. It's too cheap. Over time, you will be, I told, okay, what does that mean? If you have a target to make $1 million in a year, that means you have made more than $1 per month, per day, per minute, sorry. Because why? $1 per minute will only give you $518,000 per annum. Then if you work out your permutation and make $600,000 per annum, you have made more than $1 per minute. But sometimes people thought that when you say $1 per minute, you thought that let me carry my money and put it to one platform and will be giving me $1 per minute. No. I share with some persons some portfolios we created, funny portfolios that some will make it $2, some will make $1, some will make $5. By the time you accumulate all those things, you are shocked. It's on that note when you are looking for money to do a new project. It's just for you to enter here, and you see that you have break money together. And the first breaking even in your business in crypto is the number one. A time comes that you don't pick money from your bank account into the crypto. That's when you break even. Breaking even is not that when you invest 1,000, because many of us, where we still fail today, don't envy anybody. Some persons you meet them, they can be controlling up to $500,000. I don't envy them. Why? This $500,000, they will puncture it eventually. You can see somebody whose portfolio is about $2 million. I had a friend now during Shiba. His portfolio was $3.5 million. Now to even buy some project, can't buy. Why? He thought that's how it continued. He bought all new houses and enjoyed influence, put in leg. Do all manner of barbecue and barbecue. Now they have punctured him. Now to come and buy some projects, say, bros, he go hard draw. I say, he no go draw for you. Why? Because he felt I made money. How much is 3.5 million? It's just a figure. Anything can puncture it and you see it disappeared. That's why portfolio builders, you see them, I have told us, if you're in crypto and you are not broke, you don't understand it. Your breaking even is not when you invest $1,000, you make $2,000, you now say, I'm breaking even. That's why you fail out of project that will have blessed you. Why? When you invest $1,000 and the coin now go down banana, you say, I have lost my money. The same project is going to make another person millionaire just for the opportunity that the coin come down. I think we have seen a lot like that. Even if we have not seen, glory be to God, we saw miners. True, yes. I was yapping with two of my friends in Lagos yesterday. They chatted me, man of God, now wow, it no easy. I said, what's not easy? So the mistake they make in miners, they will never make it again. I say, you are just reporting to me that you have made another one. I must tell us, these guys, they were seated on 25,000 miners each. As the market just flipped little, they disposed everything. The leaf fell into the talk in jargon. Now my money won't punch up. Okay. And now that made them go away. And be careful to another thing you must take note. Even when the project punctured, and but they are still doing together, don't always go away entirely by not checking back to know what's happening. Because there may be an opportunity that will make you use $50 to recover all the punctured money. That's the mystery around cryptocurrency. Are we together? Now, I say create 3 major coins movement, watch signals with price action, and few indicators for good entry and exit of accumulation. Now, one time I gave 3 coins to people: BNB, Avas, and Matic. BNB, Avas, and Matic. And I gave it to a guy. So just be swinging this. You don't even need to know too many, all those technical things. You don't need to know too much of it. And he kept doing it. And he came back and said, bros, that's what they work. He said, for the first time, I bought coin and keep it to as long as this. Now, wow, BNB don't shock me. Because why? Within 3 months, he was able to just enter and exit BNB, I think maybe 5 times in 3 months. And he started with about 5 BNB or so. And he told me his BNB is around, is it 11.5 or so? And now such person is going to, when it's like it's not tradable like that again, he cast out 10 BNB and go and puncture it somewhere where just be staying. He has considered that way, it's not my money any longer. It's just a monument. So swinging is one of the greatest skills that you need to face very well in the crypto space, even in the forex. Go and ask real professionals. They will tell you, if you must scalp, number one, you're supposed to have been a market masquerade, wicked masquerade. And you can't be a masquerade with just only knowing technical analysis. I hope you know that. You can't be mono like just knowing technical indicator. They will mess you up. You need to have access to who is who. All the evil men that control the market, you must know them. And all their evil meeting, you must have access to report. I know that you go and belong in their court. Because you may say, I say we should join court. Well, you need to know that money, what control money is a court. Because it's the spirit of mammon. So forget it. As far as money is concerned, there's an evil spirit behind it. So don't bother yourself. All you need is to call the evil spirit and own him and begin to send him. That's principalities and power. Don't get yourself deceived. Don't cast it and bind it. There are evil spirits that are meant to be your messenger. Oh, you don't know that? If you know that ye are God and you are the children of the Most High, and God is what? He said you are far above principalities and power, might. And you seated far above in heavenly places. So even principalities there. When you pass, you know, this one now principality. No, we know that we'll be colleague, just our department is different. Some of us will talk, there are some things if you know about the market, you say these people are wicked. No, I have told us that everything in life, when it has to do with financial market, is a game of what? Interest. And politics is there, and there's a rule of the game. If you see what happens sometimes in some places, you will pity yourself. So swing is very, very important for you. The last thing is a cash flow system strategy. Now, when we talk about our cash flow strategy, we say leverage on most of our timely opportunity with the following checklist. Number one, start on time. I saw somebody who we told about a particular project. It was the dining. I just told us yesterday, I said, a man was telling me, how am I sure about ever the FFS? You know what I told him? Mr. Smith, he said, I don't wicked pass up. He said, I said, I'm going to tell him. He said, okay, you are telling him, say, 1 year. I said, you don't talk to gentleman. I'm telling him, let us wait after 5 years. He's like, he said, huh? So after 5 years, hello, sir. Now, the point is this. Even in 2 years, what do you do with the money you make from your evergreen FFS? That's the question. Are we together, please? Start on time. You are waiting for confirmation. Let us see how it works. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You have wasted opportunity already. let me share with us. I was just sharing with Mr. Lisa and Dean of Forensic in the office just now. There are things that has happened to me that ordinarily I should not even share any crypto opportunity with anybody. I'm telling you honestly. An example of it was Hex. Many of you knew, I shared with you, Hex, HNT, and so many others. But the wicked one was Hex. Why? Because I became victim of people's opinion. I was supposed to be on my own. I was just supposed to be on Oyo for me. And because people were looking at the guy, you can imagine now, maybe we set panel here. We now invite people with their for auditing, whatever. And then they brought their project. They say, okay, defend your project. And Richard Hart crossed his leg. They say, are you sure this project? He said it's a good project. He began to say a lot of things. They start attacking him left and right. He said, I don't give a fucking shit. And we believe it. Not about my God. And guess what? There was nothing like Uniswap. There was nothing. Then I said, where is the coin going to be listed? He said, Uniswap. They said, what is Uniswap? Say it's a DEX exchange. He said, where is it? He said, that's not been listed. Eh? They say, this guy is not serious. They say, okay, how do we buy the coin? He says, certificate of deposit. They said, to where? To the portal. They said, who is the CEO of Hex? He said, him. They said, if you deposit on the portal, that means they are giving you the money. He said, no. He said, you deposit? He said, yes. It's a DEX system. He said, it's beyond your brain. He said, this is a future technology, Holy Spirit. And I discovered, I said this here yesterday, people who win now, they use future skill to deal with now. Anyone who used previous skill, you can't win now because it's obsolete. Yeah. Practical example of it is your child that is primary 3. Those things he did in primary 3 that was seem difficult. When he's in primary 6, see them very cheap. True, yes. Now, what your child in primary 3 is saying is too difficult. Give it to the one in primary 6. You say, this is very simple. The same thing. Now, if you must, you have to go advance beyond what's happening now, and you see what's happening now is irrelevant. So I sat with this guy. I was looking at him closely. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody accepted his project. Can I tell you something? Out of the 5 projects that was brought to limelight that time and recommended, none of them is working again. Now. No. So I then say, when we finish, I just stubbornly, I send my money, I get a deposit, who cares? All that and that, put it there. But you know, the fear that is still you, they now predicted that the coin will pump and dump, and it happened like that. And when it first pumped, that was the first time we're hearing, you know, usually in crypto or even in foreign, what you do is you do so percent. It was a taboo, you remember? In 2013, 2015, 2016, 2017, it was a taboo to see coin. How can a coin do 10x? That's a taboo. It was never happening. Now, what you could have is that it can do, man, I remember when Mr. Smith, you are smiling, he used to scalp. If he's going to work, he will say, I've done 30%. I say, congratulations. I said, the day where you go tired of this 30%. Say, wow. Then later, say, Anansi say, this one, another slavery. I can't do it. Wow. Now, having seen that, there's a way I will buy a coin, and after like 1 year or 2, I can do 3,000x. So now, Hex pumped and did 100x and dumped to 95% fail. You know, they predicted that to pump and it will dump. But when it just jump up a little, I sold nonsense. Then after I offload, the character of me is that I don't sell all my coins. I leave some fraction, now stake it, let it be there. I think it was after some years, or that one, or the second years, that I was now checking. And also, I sold my own coin at 0.0, that is 401451. And I now saw that the volume I sold at the total money was $53,000 or thereabout. The total investment for that was $1,200. You know, at the firm, I have made money, right? And I now saw that people who bought at that price I sold, that same volume, you know, say blockchain, no, they lie. I went and checked and saw the volume. That same volume, people now enter market and bought that time. It now worth how many? When the all-time high, $33 million. And the same coin we're now looking. And somebody now in his testimony said his prayer was that let hex just go to 1 cent. And as at the time I would remember sharing with people, hex was 7 cents. Imagine from my own price, if I could make such profit at 401451, you should know that I bought it at a very useless price. So I always tell people that take note. It is not enough for you to buy coin at a good price. It is important for you to maximize the good side of that coin. And so the same hex went to how many cents? 57 cents. Imagine the guy who was praying, say, if hex just get to 1 cent, that poverty is gone.
Actually, poverty disappeared.
It disappeared. Now, we that know too much, and imagine those people on the high table, they call themselves expert this, expert this. They spoke of the English. And the person too, no help matter. Jagaban, he just talk, say, you believe me. Bullshit. I said, man, this guy is a gangster. But do you know today, because of that result, how many of us participated on post-X, post-chain, and all about 3 or so? Have you not done certificate of deposit? Do you know how many $1 billion that was deposited? All of us are waiting. So start on time, okay? Start on time. Next thing is take out your capital where necessary. There are some projects though, because these are the things again that make a lot of people miss out of good thing. They say, oh, God say, whoever take the profit, never go broke. Not all coins that you say you take profit. Let me use an example where if you take profit, you go broker. E-gold that we are mining now. When you want to go broke on e-gold, start claiming. Just make sure, don't check anything. Every time you see, every week, go to your back office on e-gold, claim. Please, once you finish claiming up to 10 times, call me so that we can talk. So you should understand that it is where necessary and where important. There are some projects, the more you take profit, the more you are going down. So not all projects and not all trade that say, let me take profit. Take profit where necessary. That is, take out your capital where necessary. This thing, I don't like saying it all the time. We knew what happened to one of us about Shiba. Emotionally, the person is still down. And what happened was the spirit of what? Take the profit on the table. So you should understand different of this one. There's some coins I have now. They went up to, I put in $400, right? And they went to $3,400. Ordinarily, I should take profit. Am I correct? I can take the $3,000 and leave the $400. I'm sure the same coin now should be, I don't know how much, how much period lapse data. I don't know.
It's going up already.
Why?
It's going up. It's coming now. Going up now. They have not on that.
There's trouble. Now, what am I saying? Now, this same coin that I used $400 to buy, it went up to as high as $3,400. But the question you ask yourself, what was the purpose for it? To be locked and stay for as long as possible. Now, listen, I don't care how much it produces, but my target is now to get to what my target is. I'm not interested. Rather, if it don't, I will buy more. But all this while it has been dumping, but it never got back to the price we bought it. Please understand this. I am not looking for money. I'm building wealth. I didn't say I'm too rich. I don't. How much do I have? I'm an upcoming artist, just coming out. We'll get it. Now, but the point is this: what actually is your target? Because if you compare yourself with another person, you may be misled. So, well, this guy they shine, just buy 1 giga. What made me to make one buy 1 Motorola and they roll? You just kill yourself. That person that bought giga may come back to beg you later. And a typical example is this. There's so many properties everywhere. I'm not saying you should not have properties, but I've seen people now, security-wise and all of that. Their properties are just there. That's why I say build digital assets and their liquid assets. So taking profit, please, it is where necessary, not all the places. Next, always buy and hold SOT tokens even before investing if they are sold on exchange. What do I mean by SOT token? Now, there are some projects we bring, which I'm going to highlight some of them, paraphrase around. I know a lot of you are on our platform. When we send some platform, this is what goes in your mind. For me, Felix, mysticism is setting for you. It's you and your family that have that one. Yeah, a small microwave brain come to you. If I have microwave brain, don't move with person who have the same microwave brain. Go to somebody who will stretch you. Let them stretch you, and you change your orientation. I have a mentor who doesn't pamper me with word. He can imagine somebody will tell you, where are you now? I say, I'm there. I say, do you have furniture? I say, yes. Say, if you have too many furniture that make you have too much visitors, sell it now. I say, what is wrong with this man now? He said, what I'm permitted to have in my house now is my phone to sleep. I said, okay, sir. He said, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make serious, insane, and crazy, terrible money. I said, okay, sir. How much was Bitcoin? $150. He said, sell the nonsense. Buy Bitcoin. Buy this. I said, now what for this man? He said, you know what? In the future, many, many years to come, two people will be able to afford things. The politicians that steal public funds and the people in the digital space. The crypto guys, they say, why? He said, things are going to be too expensive. He's not a prophet, so don't take his prophesying. So things are going to be too expensive, housing expensive, money will be difficult, and all of that. So only these guys will be able to survive. He said, so where will you want to belong? I said, I'm not a politician. So you cannot see where my own politics stay. Crypto politician. So they do a milocom. Me, they do my own milocom here. I'm obedient to this one. Can be obedient to the other one. Are we together, please? Now, this is the strategy that ordinarily is cheap. We just say it. But to implement is difficult for you. What is it? Project asset is immediately project asset. First of all, what to do? Your first attack is the coin already available in the open market. Is it listed in any exchange? You check all of those ones. Yes. In fact, before investing, just go and buy it and keep. See, you don't need to do any technical analysis. You see hype around the community of such coin, we scatter the coin up. And what happens? When the coin gets pumped up because of the hype, you can quietly just sell. You don't even need technical analysis for anything. You are using what we call complementar. We have done a series of that, right? Of recent, I'm still waiting for my last price of a streak. I don't know which price it is now. I'm waiting for the last price for me to sell my last bag at $500. And I made it open. My first bag was sold at $200, and second bag was sold at $300. Then the last bag is sold at $500. The guy go to for something. They did meet up. So no problem. The company may just come up with something and just do higgy haga and the guy will pump to 600 and collect my money. Now, the one that have invested in their back office, I can leave that one there as long as Jesus comes. Are we together, please? Your sentiment is as a project is being presented, first of all, go and buy the coin. We did that the same on Amgen. I don't know how much is Amgen in ourselves. But my own is that as long as the company is doing some permutation and combination, I will hold it. When I see that they begin to shake head, I offload it. Are we together, please? So on no account, you look at it. Why will I buy the coin again now and all of that? The first, I remember that some persons are on some platforms, and even when the coin are sold in the market, they don't even have it. We do similar thing on ULX, and I want to warn everybody, some of us who are affiliate builder, be careful. Now, the best thing you can do for your team members are every opportunity made available for them to make money. Number one, this happened on Mavi Ultron. It happens on Mavi Ultron. Now, what happened? We started on Mavi Ultron. We didn't start on time. True, yes. Many people have started, they were building network, but true, there's no plan B that will have started when they start. How can I market hope? I know, yes, there's evidence of things not seeing faith. But oh boy, this one, no be from God, not from human being. And what happened? We bought into the Mavi, yes. we stay. Some of our community have not even bought in. They were still looking, they still don't understand. The next thing that came was what? The farming. Now listen, don't be too crazy about the referral bonus you want to make from your community. Now what do? Now that the farming came out, and it was assessed about 300% APY, we know that it's going to deflate. And now your team member have only $200 or $500 to start. Because of your referral bonus, say, start from Mavi first. You are equal so. As it's coming, he said, hey, I don't get my $500 to start Mavi. He said, no, relax. You go still do Mavi, but come to the ultra farming first. As he put the money, guess what? It's very simple. If you put the $500 in ultra farming, what happened? The farming is producing money for him. There was no how the ultra farming, people will put $500. Some of them did as much as $2,000, at least worst case scenario, or 1.7. Now, if we get that, and as at the time we saw that the price was going to retrace, and he now offload, maybe keep some to still be farming if he have more than enough. Is it not simple for him now? He can take 500 and now buy into the what? The Mavi. True, yes. As he put the Mavi there, he can leave it there for investing for the 5 years. Now, even if Mavi price comes down to the 1 cent we started from, he won't feel any pain. Those are the reasons why you must, as a matter of fact, be gallant enough to take advantage of things as they are. So buy the coin and then keep, right? I'm just going to go now so that you see examples of those coins the way we are saying it. Then the next thing is that, number 4, be aggressive in building from the beginning if some have affiliate structure. Don't wait. Just get crazy about it. Some of us want to wait and all of that. After now, you can see now we are doing physical training. How many people come? I've told us, time without number, either you believe it or not, more productive population are online than offline. I've told you. What I do in the physical is humanitarian work. Why? Because the people online ask productive questions and they take action immediately. Yeah, of course, we are not saying some of us who are committed, we are not human beings. That's why at the point we just do as if when we come around, we already know ourselves who are ready to go. New people will always come like, are you sure? Are you not sure? They will go. So, but be aggressive because you don't know what it's going to do for you. And when you are aggressive, when you make money, always cement that money to another project. If I tell you guys that some money, if I trace their genesis, there may be $50 that have given birth or given birth to as much as $5,000. You will not believe it. If I trace the genealogy. That's why sometimes you look at some people say, like, they have plenty, but they're not games. They just start and be meticulous around it gradually. And you know it's crypto that can give you those magic. You get it, right? Some will punch all your money off, fine. When anyone tell you never lose money, that is never do crypto. So be aggressive then. Number 5, don't, now this one is going to shock you. Don't always trust the CEO, founders, co-founders, but your sentiment in using them than depending on them. Please, I don't trust any CEO. I don't trust any CEO. Whatever thing they say, I don't trust it. Don't always, you know, some people get carried away by CEO talks. I'm not going to do this. Just apply your sentiment. Now, some CEO who you see that don't like talking, they too have understood that people who have gone far in this space don't trust CEO, but they trust their sentiment. So they just shock you. That's why I love that Midas guy. He's a very bad guy. He just shock you. He doesn't have your time. If not, how can I call it down from $5 and go back to 0.0012? What percentage drop is that one? Some of you when they shout now, since you don't crash you, since you don't crash you. If you call me, say since you go, I will place calls on you. Since you don't crash you, I don't crash for you. That's why you will cry. Now, why am I saying this? Forgive me for this. I know a lot of you will look at why is he saying go place calls? Because I know cause is that when you even call me, I don't pick your call. No, because you'll be under tension. I've told people I don't deal with people who are not ready to go. I don't motivate unmotivated people. It's not worth it. Now, many people, Mr. Ashley, do you remember? Many people say, hey, I wish I know when mine does go down. None of them, they know, they saw it. They were doing like this to us. Man.
When drip for naive, all of them they ask, what is happening?
Somebody asked on the Zoom, okay, what about drip? I say, I don't know. What is drip? But these were people that I wish I know when drip did $3 because they saw at 175. It's always easy for you to say how you wish you knew when it was so price. And I love what the CEO of Drip said from the beginning. You know what he said? Say, if you are not ready for long-term gain, don't come into network. But we knew that millionaires have emerged in the same system. Now, how will you make your own millions if you are not complaining? So don't always trust the CEO. Now, that is, don't get carried away by their hypes. Leverage on their hype. Because when you always trust them, you will relax. True, yes? Boy, that guy they try. I know they shake. Go for where? Leverage on it, not to, just say, I trust them, they are the best guys. Some people use some language. This is the best project. Now lie. They are different projects. This is just a different project. This is not the best project. It's just a different project. Always take out some returns back to your legacy coin. Remember, your crypto journey is not a coin you are just taking advantage of. It's the portfolio you are building. Why you diversify to all this is to make some money and build yourself. So now let's go. Opportunity in the cash flow. I'm going to run down this very fast. Now, this sounds big to many people, making $1 per minute. I won't tell you that I'm making it. You don't need, it's not necessary. I don't give my testimony to people. I would rather tell you I lost money so that you'll be discouraged. Yes. You want to ask a question? Go ahead. That's another wicked project that they are wicked from beginning. Number one question. Number one thing about the eternity cloud. I think many of us participated. When I chat with them, they are me and all these things. As at that last year, when are you people going to launch? They say we didn't think of launch now, maybe 2023 and above. We have not entered bear market. Go ahead. Yes. I didn't state all. I didn't state all. Yes. Why? Why is that? There's going to be an opportunity that they will draft out something that will pump the coin like madness, and then I can collect some money. That's my personal sentiment. Yes. A lot of you have not stayed. Why are you surprised? Why I posted this on that.
You mentioned you say you are going to give us feedback.
You still call your own. Yes. See, bad guy. Now listen, there's some projects, they don't too hype you on what they are doing, but they'll be working on that ground. I tell you honestly speaking, I don't even go there. But you saw the way they are doing their things. If you go back to the previous time and now, you see that they have developed a lot of things. And for a platform to tell you, even when it's a good run, and they're telling you they are not ready to launch now. So they told me that maybe from 2023 and above. Even as I was taking, can you sell anyone now? No. So they prepare organic strategy to grow their coin. Yeah, we may be wrong of our sentiment, but it's to tell you that we are not creating a token that any VC will just dump on us. You will have interest and you have longer throat to even keep it. And how do you keep people to have longer throat to keep? Incentivize them. And that's the strategy of staking. For instance, now, let me tell you something. If you have 1,000 Bitcoin now, and you have a place they keep it, 1,000 Bitcoin. 10% of 1,000 Bitcoin is how much? Sir? 100,000. 100,000 divided by 365. Sir? 100 pieces divided by 365. How many? Yes, 100 divided by 365 is how many? 0. What? 0. What? 0.27. Okay, let's say Bitcoin move flat down to $5,000. 0.27 times 5,000. 1,369. That means without your 1,000 Bitcoin, you are making 1,369 every day. Now, in between the accrual and your 1,000 asset, which one will you sell? When will you sell your Bitcoin? That is when you are going to understand some token that will create fantastic NFT in the future to come. NFT have yours here. You have not seen the utility. I don't know if you get it. The people who have much Bitcoin, they don't always sell it, they move it around. That's why you hear they say, wait, don't move so Bitcoin from Binance to go wallet. They don't sell it. Maybe they have an agreement with Binance saying, keep your Bitcoin. You see all the trading fee, what they do? But they shock you small. Say, not make nothing happen to my Bitcoin. Or that's my liquid landed property. Say, don't worry, when they give you BUSD now, or BNB instead, just no, that guy in politics, he will not give you BNB. That guy is crazy. He will give you, did you observe what he said? He said, on no account should you use your own personal native token for collateral. That's what he said. He said you should be in charge of your personal token. You thought he come to play. He said he didn't come to play. He said he saw the way this thing is going to go, and then people are going sluggish. He said he come to move this. That's what he said. When he bought up the coin market cap, he said he want to change some things. So you thought he would give you BNB. That guy, he can give you BUSD, maybe you adopt BUSD, but he will not give you. So if you have 1,000 BTC now, I tell you, you will not be moved to sell any one out of it. Even when you go to, the only thing that will make you sell is that when you know that this is the bull market and it's over, you now sell. Even when market is as if it's recovering, you quickly buy it back because you are jealous of your 1,000 Bitcoin, not the dollar value of it. And collect more back and return it back to their wallet. That's what they do. Okay, so now let's go. I've told us our target is 5 years to financial freedom. Now, other opportunity I've told you, personal trading is very important. And that's why we'll give you all those tools that are necessary, okay? And I've told us our time is going to come. Centralized exchange will not be too popular like that. Just watch out. We have been saying it time without number. Something is going on now, drastically going on that you'll be shocked at what will happen in the next 1-2 years before the next bull. Okay? Then I've told you the TradingView, you can do the promo is going on there, but you can use it free. Okay? I know so many people in Plan B, when we send you Lunar Crush, we didn't check it. When we bought Lunar Crush, we just talk and stop. When it dumped, we bought one, right? Yes. We saw Lunar Cross drop down to how much? Is it 2? Is something 3 cents or something? I know. 3 cents to 5 cents. And we collect the nonsense and send it back in again for staking. Even at the price it is now, we see the profit. Hey, what a madness. And why? We saw the ecosystem those guys were building. Nobody will recognize it now. Maybe the next bureau. Then that time he even pumped. Anyone who want to take profit, imagine from 3 cents, 5 cents. I think it pumped to 40 something cents, or 50 something cents. 62 cents. Thank you very much. I hope you sold. Or you are just like accountant reformer. Where is he? Where is charter accountant? Okay. Are we together, please? So these are things that you must always learn. So now let's go. So robotic trading. Let me tell you something. I know many of us who are on 3-commerce, and now we are not using it again. Let me tell you why. Most people only use it in the bull run. when it was printing USDT for them on daily basis. Now that is supposed to be accumulating asset for them, they don't know how to use it. They are more to just making dollar. Do you actually farm the token? That's why I don't scalp. The boat will scalp for me, and I will hold my peace. Are we getting a piece? The boat will scalp for me, and I will hold my peace. I have a friend now. Me and him, we entered 3 commerce the same year. I think I've been in 3 commerce now. This should be my 4th year, if I'm not mistaken. Before I showed 3 commerce to Plan B people, I was already there 1 year to 2. Mr. Simplicity with people. Anyway, since you know shows, don't know which one this one. Wait, go check again. When finally, when I say, okay, many of you, he said, hey, this thing, every time they open for your laptop, but since you don't tell us problem. I always tell us. Some people were making fast money. But fast is slow and slow become fast. We were not using it to accumulate. Some people were just doing it. There's some time when we need some money to buy some, when we go there, just say we have printed a lot of USDT, just collect it. All right, so that's the robotic. Then the forest robot, some of us now, FFS, it's an advantage for you. Today now, the Dean of Forest will be hosting us, and tomorrow, 8 p.m. If I were you when I leave here, I invite my friend. Mr. Andrew will tell you that why I always tell him to tell people about crypto so that, or any opportunity, so that, because not that I'm guessing, because I know it will happen. So when he begin to do some things, they will not castigate, say, we said it that you are wicked. But he will now say, wait, let me bring my diary. On so day, if I'm like that, on so day, I told you about this thing. What did you say? He said, you mean you wrote the date down? No. My father said, people who eat bone, don't forget. Person who eats meat can forget 10 times. So now me eat bone because I told you. I've done something like that to somebody. I've told somebody about crypto and I said you should wait for 5 years. And it was exactly 5 years that I came back during Bull. So the Evergreen FFS, what is the good thing about it? I don't need to bother myself. They will be brought down, certainly. Like I think they are witnessing one brought down now, 6. But the trade, they didn't close it. Rather, they were adding to somebody saw say, this guy said, I don't need to open it to check. I don't have business there. But over the period, when you now need some money, you can cast out small and do it, just be there for yourself. And if you are building affiliate, I always tell you, if you want to build affiliate of value. Not everybody will have time to be coming to the market to trade by themselves. I remember many people didn't market 3 commerce very well that time because it was not like pure network marketing that they will say you qualify for Dubai trip. You know, people in Nigeria like those things. And then I say, I beg this one. But people know what they want. They were buying into it because they knew that I can't let the team, let me set my trade, let me do that job for me. Okay, then of course I told us me, I'm using future market for it. Now, so I'm just sharing with you now, those of you who claim that you didn't see it on the platform, Utron Swap. And so Utron Swap and Mavi. Mavi is a set of systems where you can stake the ULS token or coin. ULS is a coin because it's on the layer 1 of its own blockchain. I remember many people who called me and said, okay, said, yeah, I don't do staking. Why do I need to do farming again? You know what I replied to them? I said, okay, no bother. And you thought because I have excess time, that's why I will now bring the farming. I will do video and send it. So Utron is another massive opportunity for you that you can take little money, just keep it there and allow the, like me. I told us, many of us are in Plan B. I said, what should you do? Just go there and make your coin to be auto compounding for 1 year. Don't bother saying you want to be collecting this thing. Let it be in auto. Then the next is e-gold mining. The e-gold mining, you remember, is a deflammatory token. And then you put it there. Now, many of you, when we told you about $1 per minute, this is where how $1 per minute comes. This diversification are how the $1 per minute actually come. So e-gold, as low as $20, you can start with e-gold. Throw yes. And can I tell you, some of you would like to build affiliate. One person you sign up in e-gold is 18% they will pay you or whatever the person invests. And if you are smart, as they just pay you, just convert it to the either the farming or the mining, and allow it to run. So that's e-gold. As low as $20, you can start with e-gold. But I think if you are a serious person, at least you should look at how, if you have money, you should look at how to start at least maybe $500, worst case scenario, if not $1,000. Aliyah, this one, Mr. Felicity, remind me, I'm waiting for something. Now, Aliyah said, brought out Aliyah boat. Since we have not started using the boat, many have not signed up. It is when if the, now, you know why many have not signed up? These Aliyah boats, are you sure they will trade well? I bet make organ the simplicity first enter. Don't say they get money, they waste their money, don't go affect them. Let them waste their money. And they forgot that as at the time the boat may start, they may say 1,000 people are complete. If anybody coming after when they say the boat is filled up, if you call me and say, how can you talk with the CEO? I will not reply you. We say timely opportunity is very important. Those of us who don't have enough money, it's not about it. I know what I'm saying. I know some people, it is when the things start happening, you see that the money they say they don't have, they will bring it out. And at that time, it used to be too late. So Aliyah mining, I think with as low as $40, you can start. True, yes? And let us see summary. But before you go and buy 100 pieces. Abi? And because 100 pieces without the charges is $28 or $29. So let's say, okay, let's just benchmark $50. So Aliyah, and Aliyah, you saw that the block, no block was drawn for more than 3 days. Today, about 316, 317, 318, about 3 different blocks drop in 1 day. My own just accumulating. When I see that it has come more bogus, I push it back. I don't have time to explain too much detail about it. Just to give you summary, your choice. Take advantage of it, fine. You don't take advantage of it, it's your choice. Nobody's going to force you. Next is Evolus staking. Evolus staking. Evolus staking is another, the guys are doing a lot of things. And Evolus staking, I think you can start as low as how much? $100, right? I think $100. No, you can start as low as any amount. But if you want to build the ecosystem, you should start minimum of $100. Somebody is waiting for me to explain how does the reward work. I don't know. My own is that I'm there. I love to see how they are giving me, not that to explain. Person want to make money, don't speak too much English. And people who are very good in speaking English, check their pocket, they are having pocketitis sickness. So you can see, you can do, they say it's called what? Progressive staking reward, right? From 7%, progressively that you do cumulative a year, 150% or something. Take note, this is done. Okay, if you want to build the affiliate, I think they changed to $30. Like I remember that time when we were on the Zoom. So, but take note, all of these tokens, some of them are already sold in the market. Aliyah is sold in the market. I remember when Aliyah came to 23 cents. I told a lot of people, if you want to buy. And it went back to 40 cents. And when at 40 cents, I told us go to reverse. But reverse, it didn't come back to 23 cents. Now, if you have, your mining is there. Now, some of us who are looking at which coin should I buy and trade. Coin always present themselves to us, but don't pay attention. And please, I will give this warning. if you want to really enjoy your crypto journey, I know you start probably you didn't have laptop. Please, when you start with your phone, make sure that what is in your mind that as I'm progressing, I need to buy a laptop. Because on platform, I observe on Aliyah, your MetaMask beta version on the phone, Aliyah will not connect. And you don't trust wallet. I'm not saying they are not good, but I don't trust it. But they are trying to update some things now. They say they now want to enter Dex, Chrome extension. I think they have started that and all of that. So, but some people do. Please, warning is this: if you know you use your trust wallet for Aliyah, that particular trust wallet, don't use it for any other thing. Don't be using it to be doing swapping, connecting, touching. Just do that for the Aliyah alone. If you don't have a laptop, because I saw that they mean their own business that when you connect on MetaMask, it must be real MetaMask of desktop. Somebody was struggling, no way. Because the desktop MetaMask is the real MetaMask. The other one in the phone is the beta version. Now, Drip ecosystem. Drip ecosystem is another ecosystem that I think I did one analysis last Zoom. I said, if I were you, just buy 100 drip and do 1 year. Is it 1 year? Yes, something like that. Let me check. 100 drip and do 1 year. Let's check. If you hear people testimony, but if they give you the test they pass through, you will run. It is easy for anyone to say, I want to become a millionaire. But when they tell you what is required to become a millionaire, you may not be able to withstand it. So let me just open Drip, for example. Many of you, just a moment. Drip, this guy. It's okay. Okay. Okay, so I want to add as the plus sign. Okay, look at it. Yes, here, Drip formulate. Well, I'm not coercing you to do it, a choice, but I just to show you something. Drip, let me go to calculator. Where's you? So Drip calculator. So now, how much is Drip now? Drip, I don't know if it's 1.5 or 1.4, I don't know. Now, for you to do, let's say you're going to buy 130 Drip. Oh, is it up to? Something if somebody want to do because of a tax. Is it 130? 100, yeah. 111. So let's say you are going to buy 112. So whatever it costs, I don't know how much is one Drip now. It's less than $2. Okay, so let's claim to say $1.73. So let's say it's $1.9, let's say $1.8, right? Now $1.8 multiplied by 112. How much? How much? God, you are wasting my time. 112 multiplied by 1.9. Now you are spending $201. So that means you remember somebody who spent $200 for Matic in January 2021. Now, let's say you are now doing that now. And then you are going to keep it for 360 days. I don't care either you have school fees to pay. You are the one looking for financial freedom. You should be able to abide by what I want to show you. If you say your children's school fees, then don't come here. Now look at it. 360 days. Look at it. Just say I have $200 and I'm going to abandon it for 360 days. That will give you how many drip? 3,061 drip. 3,061 drip. And I told somebody, I said, how many? I said, okay, I'm imagining that the next bull run, this is this year. So 2023, 2024, 2025. So we now say 3 years. 360 days multiplied by 3. They give you how many? 1,080 days. True, yes? So we say let's keep it for 1,080 days. You are going to be maxing out on the maximum of drip. Look at it. See the first max out I was going to give to you. Where are you? So you get to a place, say, now, when there's a level you went to, when total volume you earn is amount up to $20,000, then you begin to have tax inclusion. Whale tax is now plus 5%. So you will now be charged additional 5% apart from the other tax. How many percent, Mr. Smith? 15. You thought they don't know what they're doing. Then you move. Another, that will be 10%. 10 plus 10. You got the load. Now you don't have the effect again. The next 15%. And after your 15%, you have entered the maximum. Max out reach. And then when you need to max out, that means that account has cycled. You just need to be claiming, you can't compound again. We have some guys now who read that they are max out when drip was $70-something, no, $150, and they max out. Those are the guys that go do a drop. No, you need to attend drip. Money stop nonsense. As they call for a Zoom meeting like this, they say drop your wallet, you drop the nonsense to your account. Don't drop the nonsense there. So as the price of drip comes down, they don't even know. They are great, yes. I have a client who have 20 wallets. Of different... Go ahead, sir.
What is in the course of this process?
Yes.
If you compound at maybe at interval,
yes.
What happens to it?
It's compound now. The calculation is a compound. You are compounding. Yes.
Okay.
That's what it is. If you are not compounding, you can't do this. We say just keep compounding.
Okay. So the system is not compounding.
No, you'll be compounding by yourself. So if you are compounding every, regularly, at the end of 3 years, that is what you are going to arrive at. You are going to arrive at how many thousand? About 27,000 pieces, up to 100,000 in series of max out. 100,000 max out, 100,000 max out. Those were the things that when we see some people account, when the coin was at $70, $150, remember, people who were making $9,800 per day. $9,800 per day. Somewhere, I have a guy who was making $18,000 per day from $19,000 per day from only drip. Then the drip guy making $26,000 per day. Now they started with Forex Acts since that last year when they started. That was why their community was strong, that all manner of DeFi came and took people money and go. They run pool. That guy was still there. So they now have like Ogolobo people who are whales, who you cannot even intimidate to say, come and join us. They just did there. Just like the waves in Bitcoin, no matter how you do, the strongest crypto community is Bitcoin, but yet decentralized. They are like courtesans. So just don't whatever thing you want to do. You know, at a point they call minders community as courts. Because no matter what you say, they don't sell, they will just hold it. Bomb. Ada, yes, that's one Ada. They call them courtists. Say your food. If I go to a group and say Cardano is shit and all of that, they say, yeah, we love the shit. So, you know, those are the things. So the kind of community and strong men that are already connected to the community is too big. Okay. Finally, so drip ecosystem. I know how many of you now, many of you are not making money on big pen. Accessibility. We they collect our BNB, but the same drip. As the drip is down, we have pigs inside big pen, and then collecting BNB and pigs. BUSD and pigs. We still have dog pan is accumulating pigs. Wait till now. I remember when we did a PG bank. Some people didn't do say because they have an animal farm. But I will tell you what it created for us. When you are crying is because you don't know the know-how and you are not ready to listen. Not all food will be done the same time. Know how the food is done, eat what is done, and wait for the one that is still cooking. You want to force out the one that is still cooking. It won't give you good appetite. In my place, they used to eat one yam, small yam like that. When you are cooking, if you don't allow it to be done very well, as you put in your mind, they scratch you. Now I'm a bushman. I come from a very typical farm. That's why today I still do farm. So then CISU exchange. Now let me tell us, so many of us who are crying about CISU. Those of us who have invested in CISU since last year, December, is CISU owing you any money? Secondly, we are now even praying. Before they pay us any money, let the price come down. I remember, is that not the prayer we pray for Marty Cardano? Because our other part, I forgot. Cardano, yes. And that's why we're saying, let Cardano not grow, don't grow. Because if it grows, it will reduce the volume of Cardano to pay us. At a point we pray, me and Mr. Atleast, we go vigil, let Martin don't grow, so that they will be printing out enough. And that time people didn't like the Matic staking. They said because they are making $18 per month with investment of $1,000. Am I correct? And when the same $18 per month they were crying, when Matic now went up, the same money went to about $2,100 per month. And they said, how do I end that one passing? Since $18 is too small for you, $2,100 will be too big for you. So now the people who have already built some ecosystem and invest so much big on CISU exchange, they don't even care. Whatever want to happen, let it happen. Next gen, I told you if you are a forex trader, if you are a forex trader, you want to use the tool, then you can maximize the tool using their whatever. The next is CryptoBox. CryptoBox, how many of us have bought CryptoBox token, MTDX? Some of you even know that there's anything called MTDX. Some of you even know. So yes. Now let me tell you something. The prayer I pray for everybody in Plan B is this. I pray everybody break even in Jesus' name. Now the break even is not you invest 1,000 and make 2,000. The break even I pray is that you even will say, okay, Afana, which one they now we will level back. That's the prayer. I told many of us, I have a friend Israeli, no project is put money, the least he puts is $100,000. As the project will just land, imagine it was in ULS. Hello, sir. Imagine $100,000 on ULS farming. Do you know forest? Imagine $100,000 in UNS farming from that day one.
How money should be most of the $1 million?
Yes, now. Yes. That money stop nonsense. So CryptoBox, those guys, it's just like the pre-launch they did. They have not even done any of this thing. And those of you who love forex trading or even day trading and all of that, the CEO himself is the one handling them. No, there was one seminar we attended. You and Mr. Chris just came out. So, because they were doing live trading, not those signals some people give. They do live trading, not like what Gino used to do to some of our trading communities. They were entered some trade together, close it, make profit. That's what they were doing. Don't catching fun. Man will do it, coil hair and his children. They will be doing. I was going there, I said, people that enjoy. You get it? Yeah. So, because that was, maximizing some opportunity. And then you can build your affiliate. The difference is that many people don't know, in the CryptoBox, they don't pay you referral. They only pay you accrual from your members' earnings. I know somebody who is making about, from accrual of his affiliates and all of that, the investment, he's making an average of about $750 every week. Then Streak, of course, I've told you about Streak and I've told you what to do. So Streak is another one I've told you, but don't buy Streak again. You are late. Am I correct? You are late. For what? I always deal with time. You are late. So don't buy. They can do the investment though, yes. Okay, I have to text. I don't even go there. Then, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think that is all what we can take, and I'm sure you got value. So the most important thing is that for you to have a fuel that will refuel you again, even when you are. I know sometimes, see, depression is easy, can just come anyhow, because you will see that some people who don't even know up to what to know, they will say they cash out this, you say, oh boy, not the same place. Both the fake one and the real one will now go and puncture your joy. You understand? You go and puncture your joy. You just say, ah, God, what have I done to you? Is this my punishment? Are you not partial like this? It's not. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we can take. If you have questions, of course, ask questions while we call it a day. But of course, tonight, Dean of Forest will be hosting us, and I'll be there to unveil more detail on the Evergreen FFS, the setup. And I've told us the promo is still on. So he'll be hosting us today, 8 p.m., and tomorrow, Saturday, 8 p.m. I'll be there, and some other guys from Evergreen and all of that will be there. So your friends, of course, that claim Plan B office is too far for where they live, I'm sure the internet should not be too far for them to get connected. All right. So please, any question? Okay, let me see those chat people. What do they say? Okay. Okay, so any question? If you don't have questions, I'm sure a word should be enough for the wise.
For the wise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.